guys, welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102, Game On, Part 84. It's another lowly spoken one because it's another late night, but this is equally as important as the last part because we're virtually 1 year on and you can see the date now. This is massive, right? We've come to the end of season 99 and when we get to the updates, we're going to see if Matt is going to get placed into the Football League of Germany with Bayern Munich. Absolutely crazy, but first things first, I've got to give you an update, right? So Matt didn't bother having any friendlies at all this time around with Bayern Munich. He had none whatsoever. He made his 7 signings. I can't remember if I showed you these before, but he's made all his 7 signings. Now these senior clubs, we're not sure where these average ratings come from because it's not a competitive league or anything like that. It's not a playable one, so we're not sure where it comes from. Is it like an invisible one or what have you? But I've got to show you this, right, guys, because this has actually been an amazing season for me, right? We've retained the league for a 3rd time. We did it unbeaten, right? We did it unbeaten, and we retained the treble. Believe it or not, we had the most remarkable season ever. The Champions League final, we won at Barcelona, a very frantic last 9 minutes, But do you know what the most bizarre thing was, right, was this. Look at that, I had 1 sub, and one of my 11 players was one of those grey players. Whichever one, who was my grey player? You know what I mean by the grey? Yeah, him, number 54. Because, right, get this, right? Look at my entire squad. Look how many players are on international duty because it's the Euros. Every player on international duty wasn't available for my cup. They were on international. I literally, right, if I go back to that, I had a DMC playing number 29, a DMC playing at in central defence, I had an MC playing at right back, and I had that fucking random player there, you can't see his position, because he's not... I was fucking livid, but to be fair, to come away with a win, I deserved that just for the bullshit. I was absolutely fucking furious, and I suppose, had I not have won, I'd have been more furious of it, because it was such an important game for the treble again. Moran, who I bought last season, let me give you a bit of history on Moran. I actually had him come in the season before last, but before the deal went through, he broke his leg. So I pulled out the deal, and I brought him last season. Bit of a risk considering he had a broken leg and he didn't have a great season when he came back for Real, but look how well he's done for me. But between Moran and, I want to say Gonzalez. No, not that Gonzalez actually. Gonzalez has done really well. Gutierrez. You know, they've all been absolutely brilliant. I've been playing Christoph Bolly. I've played him a little bit further forward. My left back, the Wilfred Boomer regen, Nihaz, is it Nihaz? 17 assists, although in the Champions League, or he got a 5, so I was a little bit angry. All my goalkeepers have all played massive parts. The Oliver Kahn regen, superb. That Buffon regen, superb. That Costanzo regen, superb. It's actually been a fucking amazing season. You know, the amount of squad rotation I've done it's the most I've ever done. Anyway, that's enough about, well, actually one more thing about me. I've got 1 player coming. I haven't really done any transfer dealings at all. I wasn't planning to do any for the time being until I got my season out of the way. But 1 player came up that Leeds United had bid for, and it had been accepted. So I went to see how much the bid was. It was 13 million. I matched it, and the guy chose me, and I think it's Robben Regen. I don't know if it is Robben because there's a few players that have developed into that same position that what Robben starts at, which I think is attacking midfield, forward, left, centre. I'm not 100% sure. Nevertheless, I'll show you him in a second once the weekly save comes on. Once the weekly save continues through. And obviously I quickly swooped in there, so I almost sabotaged it. When I got that Buffon region, I actually sabotaged Lazio on that because similar sort of thing happened there. I spotted that Lazio had a bid accepted for him, for Marini, so I thought, right, let's see how much, and I matched the bid, offered him the terms, a little bit more of course, you know, hey presto. But yeah, for me, I mean, I'm saying it now because I've calmed down a little bit. I was absolutely going spasticated just then at the cup final because I did so well to get there. This pisses me off. All these bids. I've got to play leaving, haven't I? Right, so Franz de Boer. So I believe it's Robben. I could be wrong. Either way, he's coming for £13 odd million. I haven't really thought about who's going to go next at the end of the season. I've got a rough idea in my head what I want. I think he's going to probably go. I think he's become quite weak. Maybe the Russian as well. I thought maybe even Fumes could. I mean, I don't know actually. I don't know. I might not. I mean, Gary Taylor's not really played much for me. I'll show you something, right? This guy here, John Jansen, I played him in central midfield, and it was the bollocks. But I couldn't keep him there because my main central midfielder, bang in the middle, it's been him, and he's been fucking insane. My Zlatan regen. Croston's going to go. I'm going to probably fuck him off. My Zlatan regen, Bergvist. You know, he started as number 1, but this guy here, I forget who he's a regen of. The Peruvian has been just superb. The good thing is, right, I've not had that striker that's scored all the goals. It's been really shared, in all honesty. But I say shared. I mean, Moran, I think should be my player of the season. I mean, Croston's had 3 games, and look how well he's done for me. He played in the cup. So the cup final. Let me go back, right. So the cup final, I finally got my team together, yeah, and then I couldn't name 6 non-EUs because the only players that was allowed to play. So my striker, he was allowed to play, but then I had Croston on the bench. So I thought, what the fuck off? So it was because you could only play 3 non-EUs in the equivalent German FA Cup. So I was fucking seething. I can't stress. I mean, it could have been worse, I guess, because Springer could have been playing for Germany. Anyway, so you're not having Moran. You know, Moran has just been so good for me. For quite a while, I was drawing games, and I was down in 3rd for a bit, and Moran and co were all getting unhappy that they felt I was underachieving and should be topping the table, which annoyed me a little bit. So we got the Euros. So enough about me. Let's talk about Matt. So Matt, then, can he do it? Can he do it? I mean, I said it last season, didn't I? Or when we did this last year, I felt really, and I have felt bad throughout the whole season. It's been the last 3 sessions for Matt have been. They must have been the most boring sessions he's ever encountered, or anyone's ever encountered in an online game where he's had to turn up and just fucking keep pressing continue. You could say we should have just left him on holiday, but I think that would defeat it really, would defeat the object of the game. It's a bit like when Matt was sacked as manager of PSG. Sorry, Matt, to bring that up, but when Matt was sacked, he had to endure 6 months of no game. He had to apply, and if I remember rightly, Matt, it was Dortmund you went to, weren't it? They came available. Should we just check that very, very quickly? Let's just double check that. Oh, I took the award, did I? So I fucking should. Who's that guy? Oh, Aachen. This is interesting. Aachen finished 8th. They won the UEFA Cup. So I'll be playing them in the... So this is interesting, right? Because it's a top 4 going to Champions League. Then the next 3 going to the UEFA Cup. It should be the next 2. But I won the Cup. So it'll be the next 3. And then it'll be 8th and 9th in the Intertoto Cup. So I believe Werder Bremen will go into the Intertoto Cup because Aachen will go straight into the UEFA Cup as the holders, I think. I think that's how it will work. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that's how it's going to work. When somebody wins the UEFA Cup, if they haven't finished in a European spot, it comes at the expense of the next best placed team. If it was Champions League, now I do know this, if somebody wins the Champions League and they don't finish in the top 4, then they enter it and you end up with 5 teams in the Champions League. It's the only time you'll end up with 5 teams in the Champions League from any one nation. But certainly a great year for Germany in respect of the coefficients, because it was an all-German final in the UEFA Cup. Aachen played... who did Aachen play in the UEFA Cup? Let's just double check. Bochum. Okay, and they won it. So, and Bochum finished 2nd anyway. So, okay, we're getting nearer to that date now. Then we're getting nearer to that date for Matt. He's gonna have nerves. I know, and I think for the first session after it happened last season or start of this season, he was pissed off, and rightly so. He was angry. We're still, you know, we did a little bit of research, right? I was told it could be to do with their how they've done in the cups, but I worked out that The teams that got promoted last season into the second division of German were not even in the cups. Some, and one of them was out the second division about 5 years ago, and then reinstated back to. So I don't know what it's based on. It's not based on reputation, I don't believe. Well, it could be. I'm not 100% sure what it's based on. The reason I don't think it's based on reputation is because I think Matt's reputation had built rapidly. I mean, he's been Bayern Munich now for about 2.5 years. About that, yeah? Just under 2.5 years. So, in fact, I'll check that in a moment. Let's just go on to Matt. We were going to check that. Job thing when he was sacked. So there you go. So 4 months then, just under 4 months, he was out of a job before he took Dortmund. And he's been at Bayern Munich. Yeah, so 6th of March '98. So maybe 2 years and a quarter. He's been in charge. For me, it's 3 years now, nearly 3 years. I took over 2 games into the season 3 years ago, and we've won the... Right, let me tell you something, right? So Barcelona keep bidding for Moran. I'm not selling him because I know my money is absolutely fine. It's going up and up. It's gone up even more. I mean, you know what? I'm making money like there's no fucking tomorrow. Sorry, Matt, I know you don't want to hear that. My interest rate's going up 5.3 million a month on interest. So 62 million a year on average. That's going to go down, so I'm going to probably spend a wad load. Season tickets have come in for June already. 14 million pounds have come in. There'll be another... there'll be some more coming in on that. Okay. I really want Matt to go into Division 2 for a number of reasons, if I'm honest with you. It will stop me feeling bad and guilty, and I want it because he wants it. He took this challenge at a cost of 2.5 years out of the game. He's been isolated. I'll tell you something else that seems to have fucked up, right? You start seeing flaws in the game, right? And I'll show you one major flaw. Our date of birth seems to have gone backwards. It seems to have gone backwards. Our date of birth is the 1st of the 1st, 1966. So that actually makes us 134 years of age. So for some reason it's starting to go back. I think it's going backwards anyway, but we're 134 years of age now. So I don't know what's happened there. I think that might be the same with Matt as well. Let's just, we will check that in a minute. And so minus 122 for me. Let's just check if that's the same with Matt. I'm pretty certain it will be. Yeah, it's the same with Matt as well. So, who knows? So, the update will take place roughly the 19th of June. It will be after the second update that we will know. I know what I was going to say to you now. So, as I said, Barcelona are coming in with these stupid fucking bids. And talking of stupid bids, Real Madrid came in for the Boomer region, whose name escapes me, and I can't fucking pronounce it. And they bid £93 million. And Matt says, fuck me. But I'm not going to accept it for a number of reasons. 1, I don't need the money. 2, he's fucking quality. 3, the cunt ain't going nowhere because he's under contract. He's not unhappy as such, but, I think I'm going to sell Peter Van, whatever the fuck, dislikes the club's manager. Yeah, I'm probably going to sell him. He'll probably go. He's had 5 games, 3 subs, 688 is not good enough. Let's have a look quickly at the coefficients. Yeah, Germany's going to start killing that now. We're going to absolutely annihilate it. But yeah, I really want Matt to give him something to play for. I think he deserves it. I think also it will put him back on track for the challenge side. The challenge, even if he'd got up straight away, it's still going to have been a challenge. I think it's been a frustrating challenge for him. It's still it's an epic challenge, and it was always risky. And it's funny because if he don't go up right this time, I don't know. Do you know what? If he don't go up, I don't know. I mean, I said it last year. He asked me my views at the start of this year, and I said I would give it 1 more year personally. If it don't go up after this year, because he's buying players now. He's had another window. I think he's had 2 windows now, hasn't he? Because when he took over, the window had already shut. So he's had 2 windows. He's brought in 14 players, long contracts, and he can get 7 more in now. So if he goes into the second division, I think you've got. If he goes up, you've got to make him one of the favourites to go up. There's no doubt. But he wants to save probably on buying players, because if he does get it, he can probably attract a bigger class of players. I think I share everyone's thoughts, Matt. They're all with you in the hope, and we've all got our legs, feet and balls crossed for you to hope that you get that, what do we call it, a promotion? What the fuck? You know, I think the fact that he wasn't in the cup as well was just absolutely shit. Something I didn't realise, right, I didn't even think of this till Matt told me, but you remember on the last video, we were doing it live, weren't we? And even though I was doing it live and you guys were seeing that, Matt already knew that he weren't in it. And the reason Matt knew is because it didn't say his end, the draw's about to be made. Because if it said it, then he'd be in it. It said it for me, but it didn't say it for him. And obviously I didn't realise that. So there was no way of me knowing that unless he told me. But yeah, so he was. What can you say? Okay, I've not really looked at any deals, and I think, you know, did I show you this guy? He was one of my last signings. I don't think I did I? Andy White, got it from Arsenal, 10 and 10. It was 10 million after 10 league appearances. Very pleased with him. I was pleased to get him, shall I say. We landed, really quickly, Margate in the Champions League because they won the Premier League last season. There you go, they won it last season, and we landed them in the Champions League, and shortly after eliminating them, they sacked their manager, fucking Margate. I think I put a post on Facebook actually about that when we thrashed them in the group game. Yeah, you got to fucking love it when Margate winning the Premier League. They're rich as well, I noticed. I've given it a little bit of thought over the course of the season, who I want to keep, who I want to get rid of, who's caused problems. This Alex Emperor, he's done really well. He's come in, he hasn't got me any assists, but when he's come in, he's done a job at left back. Do you know, look, you see what I mean about Moran? They've offered £62 fucking million, and it frustrates me, because look, he's unhappy, and it takes him a long time before he gets happy again, but he's got 9 years left on his contract, so he'll do as he's fucking told. And what I'm going to do here, right, I'll show you something. Now. I wouldn't normally do this, but I want to show you it. How to try and get a value of someone higher than, because you can only negotiate up as far as 100 million. You know that, unless you're on the update, of course. So let's show you this, right? So we're now put that to 100, and then we're going to remove these guys. Now look at the overall value, 108 million. Even if they can't come back with 108 million, I'd still tell them to go fuck themselves. See, I mean, this fucking winds me up. Gutierrez, people will start disliking him. Why would you want to leave me? You know, I ask myself, why would you want to leave? This guy here, Miguelicchio, he started with a 6-game ban. He started with a 9-game ban, 9-game ban, because he got a red card. So he's actually had a really good season to break in. He's had another red card along the way. We've had quite a few reds here and there. But I'll tell you the other thing, right? So I was in the cup final, as I said, and I couldn't go to the resis. I went to the resis because I thought I'd get some of my youngsters, you know, and use it to fill up my bench. And I don't know if it'll let me do it now. Let's have a look. So I went to this guy. It was him, and it wouldn't let me promote him. Yeah, look, there is no space in the Dortmund squad for this player. What the fuck? What the fuck's that all about? Why does it say that? I don't understand. Look, I can't move them, and I don't understand why. I genuinely don't understand why. So let me just move Croston into the resis. Right, so we've moved him into, we relegated him into, sorry mate, you waited for me. Let's see if they'll let me put him up. So unless, oh, see, oh right, okay, they'll let me do it now. Why didn't I think of that before? You fucking bellend. What? You saw what I did there? I took Croston, I've moved Croston to reserves. I thought I'd take the risk with Croston because I'm going to sell him. So what a fucking spastic features I am. Absolutely fucking deformed, ain't I? Fucking hell, I've just offended all the deformed people in the world. I just didn't think of that, to be honest with you. I didn't think it. Should have thought about it. I mean, had I lost the FA Cup, the cup final, I'd be more livid with myself. Sorry, Matt, you waited for me there, and we're defeating the object here. This update. So there isn't really too much more I can say about the update, apart from I won everything. Let's have a quick check whilst we wait for Matt. Well, that's good news for you, Matt. You're still world class in Germany, and you're still world class world. So it's good stuff. I, as far as I'm concerned, right, the way I read this is everybody world class. We're joint. That's you know, there's no other way of putting it. We're not fucking 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll always maintain that. It isn't about that. What I will have a look at, actually, this, I don't want to take the piss here, Matt, but I am going to go to it and take the piss. So let's just go back to those manager stats a minute. Let's just have a look at points. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Matt. I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that. But if it's any consolation, this guy is in the same boat. Okay. Yeah. That's because he weren't in the cup either. Okay, we're getting closer. We're getting closer and closer. So I actually considered also whilst I'm waiting for Matt, I considered getting rid of him as well. I mean, he's not done too bad. He looks all right, and I've probably still got another couple of years in that guy. I don't want to because we have our own self-imposed rules of only 7 transfers per window. I don't want to sell players for the sake of it like I normally would. Oh, the Ajax job's available. I landed Ajax in the semi-finals of the Champions League, and we drew the first leg 0-0 at their ground, and I felt very, very under pressure, I think it's fair to say, in the second leg, because I took the lead, they equalised, it was 1-1, they were going through until the 73rd minute, where we then took over, and was very pleased with that. Barcelona actually surrendered the Spanish League. I'm pretty certain they did. Let's just double check that. Yeah, Mallorca have won the title, which must be one of their first. That's fucking great stuff. And there was something else I was going to check. This could be one of the first times Dortmund in the modern day have been unbeaten. Oh, I need to go all the way further down. Oh, no, there's one. 44-45. I think what I'm going to have to do, right, I think I'm going to have to check something. Let's just check that. Oh, no, so 43-44, 44-45. They were unbeaten. So 43-45. They were unbeaten for 2 seasons running. Oh, another one there. Okay, 43-45. Let's just see who was in charge of them. 43-45. If it was either me or Matt. I thought when I had an unbeaten record for about 2-3 years, I actually thought it was Bayern Munich I had it with, so that might be Matt. 43-45. I remember having 2 years unbeaten, but I'm sure it was Bayern Munich. We will have a look at that in a moment. 11:15, right? We've still got another 10-15 minutes here. Fumes unsettled, shock horror. I think somebody said it, didn't they? They said his determination is a real worry, and it is, and it was, shall I say. And it's probably going to contribute towards why he's why I'm going to get rid of him. So, sorry, I've just saw a WhatsApp message from somebody. So, Neil, if you're watching this, I'm not ignoring you. I'm doing a video. You'll have to wait. Right, okay. That's Matt. Okay, so the saves are getting a little bit bigger and bigger. I mean, do you know what, right? Without compressing it and and zipping it up, the saves are now almost 2 gigabytes a save. And bearing in mind, I do it 3 times. I do it 3 times, believe it or not. This is why people decide to dislike them. But eventually, it tends to sort of rectify itself almost. Not rectify, but they tend to get happy eventually. 43 to 45. It was me. It was me. There, yeah, it was me. Dortmund. So I was in charge of Dortmund then for 7.5 years. Yeah? Yeah, 7.5 years. Just want to check something. How long was I in charge of Milan for? Bear with me, guys. When me and Matt were in Italy, we had a long stint in Italy, but I can't remember how long. There. Oh no, it weren't there. Okay. Or maybe. Is it there? Isn't it? I was only 5 years. So okay. So I said to you that my objective is to try and exceed my longest stint, and that means I've got to be here for at least 8.5 years. So we've been here for almost 4 years now. I think September. Okay, never mind. Fucking stop talking, Mike, and let's focus. We're coming to the update. We're coming to the update. Here's the first update. Drum roll, motherfuckers. Drum roll. Jeez, Matt. Jeez. What's it going to be? I'm going to end the video shortly after the second update. Because I think whatever happens, Matt's going to message saying either fucking bullshit, I don't fucking believe it, or oh my god, mate, thank fuck for that, I was going to quit. Something like it's going to go one or the other, isn't it? Because I don't think, if I'm truly honest with you, I don't think Matt can handle another year of doing nothing. I think he probably didn't do any friendlies because he probably just felt it was a waste of fucking time, and I get that. I totally get that because he had so many friendlies last campaign. He had a couple of tours, and it just didn't seem to make any fucking difference. I mean, part of me would say I've done friendlies, but it didn't make a difference last season. So I don't know what it's based on. No one seems to know. No one seems to know what it's actually truly based on. It can't be based on reputation. I don't, because surely Bayern Munich, with their funds of like £1 billion and their stadium and shit, and if I'm right in saying they're still getting stupid amount of money on season tickets, it's still like 20-30 million pounds. So I don't know. It's fucking bizarre. Right, that's the first one done, Matt. Drum roll, fucking drum roll. Just check my income a minute. Right, that's just been reset then, has it? Let me just want to leave it on. Oh no, it's still not. I want to leave it on the update so I can just analyse my income. Okay, I think it's going to be on the next continue. Fuck's sake. Oh. Here we go. Okay, here we go. So the interest hasn't. Yeah, the interest comes in at the end of the month. Prize money. Yeah, prize money would have come in at the start. Here we go. Second division! He's done it, he's there! Oh! Yes! It's just message saying yes. Right. Has he got any planned? I don't think he's got. Oh, he has got planned deals. I think he might pull out some of these now because I think he's now going to work on some. Oh, you bastard, Matt! I didn't realise he had that deal going through. That's Batistuta regen. I didn't realise he had him through. But well done. Well, Matt, what can we say? He's finally made it after, what did we say it was? Sorry, I'm a little bit speechless. I'm almost emotional for Matt here. I'm actually almost emotional for him. So let's just see how. When was it then? 82 to 83. He was relegated in 83, and he returns 17 years later. He has returned. What we'll do is we'll just get to the 22nd. I just want to see if Werder Bremen go into the UEFA Cup. Yeah, okay. Then incidentally, the very first game of the season I drew, so I was a bit pissed off. But I can't grumble at how it ended, can I? Really. Just save after it tells us. Just say to Matt, save after it tells us the European qualifiers. I'm not going to go for any players and shit. Don't really know who. Oh, did you never go for him? That's Chef. I pulled out of that. He's actually looking a lot better, isn't he? He's looking a lot stronger. But he's 27 and he's a non-EU. And the fact that he's a non-EU does it does change things. It does change things as it's proved, as it's certainly proved. I have made a decision that you are gonna go. You are definitely gonna go. Let's just put you into the resis. Let's just make sure we've put Croston into the resis as well, because we don't want Croston. Croston, oh, he's worth 8. He's worth 8. No, he's not worth 8 million. What the fuck was he worth? What was that for? Okay, so let's just relegate him as well. Okay, let's just have a look at the European qualifiers then. Here we go. Werder Bremen into Toto. There you go. Archer, yeah, there you go. Exactly what we said, weren't it? Exactly what we said. And Matt, just before we go any further, so Matt's buying. Nice. Nice play then, Matt. Okay, so we are done, guys. We are done. I need to have one more continue before we can save. And we are now on. We're now on season 100. How fucking crazy is this? Season 100 is just absolutely fucking epic. You know, 100. Well, I say 100. It's 99 seasons. And, you know, before you know it, we're going to be in 01. I mean, when I did, about fucking time, when I did the stream the other day on YouTube, and somebody said, oh, is this 98, 99 update? But it weren't. It was, you know, wow, what can I say? So that's it from me, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Till next time, take it easy.